Call now. 800-507-9701. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an 8 to the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmares today by visiting us online at PRA.com or call 800-507-9701. That's 800-507-9701.
Yeah, take the inside, right?
Real solutions for real people.
Cold.
The following program does not necessarily reflect the views of KFEQ Radio, Eagle Communications, listeners, sponsors, advertisers, or employees. Tuesday edition of the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show kicks off now. We are honored to have all of you. Thanks for hanging out. And we have the aftermath of the big White House showdown yesterday. More of a gap showdown. Because you didn't have Zelensky and Putin staring across the table at each other. That may be in the works, though. In fact, Trump spoke to that. We will let you hear from the president on that this morning, called in the Fox a Friend. Also, the big question after some of the discussions yesterday, does a security guarantee for Ukraine involve U.S. troops in any capacity? Trump has addressed that, as I thought he would. And I think it's something that you will all certainly want to hear and be pleased with what his take is on this. So we'll get into some early crime data out of D.C. that Clay is going to hit you with in the either later this hour or the next hour. But does anyone want to guess, just up front, before Clay sheds light via statistics on what's happening in D.C. with crime, do you think if you put more good guys with guns who are law enforcement, who are federal agents on the streets of a place, will there be more or less, fewer or more murders? Fewer or more robberies? You know, we'll all think this through for a second, and then we'll get into the numbers, because I want us to go through that exercise play. Democrats are going to start acting shocked by all this. Like, hold on, gosh, you mean to tell me that more cops enforcing the law and present to arrest bad people from doing bad things means there's less bad stuff that happens? This is shocking.
Yeah, I want to dive in that. Also, I will suggest that all of the coverage about more police officers may also drive down the amount of crime, because the bad guys are maybe looking over their shoulder a little bit more, or they're more cognizant of the dangers that can be out there for them, because they're aware that this is now a priority. So I would submit it's not even just the guys on the streets arresting the bad guys. It's letting the bad guys know, hey, we're looking for you, and we got a lot more people out than you.
Yes, there's the additional insurance factor. We have more people out there, and they are being politically supported in their law enforcement efforts. You're not going to be able to pull out a camera and I'm not resisting. Why are you resisting? Like, why are you? You know, we see all these videos of people who refuse to comply, and they keep saying, well, I'm complying, while they're like elbowing the cop in the face. So yeah, enough of that. Oh, speaking of that, did you see the video of I've heard, different terms everywhere, but essentially the county prosecutor from Massachusetts, the woman, I don't even know, did you see this? It's going viral. Was telling the cop while she was super drunk that, I'm the EA, and he's like, congrats for you, or whatever. Yeah. For you. Yeah. I know this from cop friends of mine, and from just seeing things out in the real world. I think there are a few things that are more likely to get you arrested by a cop than breaking the law and acting like the jackass who's allowed to break the law when the cop is like, you can't be. Like, if I were a cop and someone tells me, effectively, I'm above the law, I'm a DA. It's like, well, now you're dead. People try this with speeding tickets. People try this with all kinds of things. Thank God for body cameras, because the cops know The cops know that their actions are correct. They know that it's being recorded. So all this bullying that you get from this female PA who is just, I think the Scottish would say, Bluetooth. She is just bombed out of her mind drinking whatever it is she's drinking. And Clay, this is the truth. It's a great thing for cops because we can see what they actually do, and therefore they can't be bullied by people who are like, I know your boss. Anyway, and then one other question I just want to throw out there before we get into the aftermath statements from Trump. Clay raised it. I've thought about this many times myself. My friend Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense, out there in video. Ladies, sadly, he has a shirt on during it. But I think RFK Jr. did not have a shirt on, right? Am I correct in that? Or no, he's got a shirt. At least that I got a shirt. Yeah. Okay. All right. Because he does like to work out without a shirt on. Yeah. Yeah. But that's a choice. Whatever. I don't want to. We all get that. Why does RFK Jr. work out in jeans? It's diabolical. I'm not saying I'm some kind of expert. Clearly not. Okay. I'm not. The jeans are not a comfortable thing to work out. And a belt. And a belt. Jeans with a belt on, like Incredible Hulk style, except the jeans aren't all like broken from where I get it if you're campaigning and you're like, hey, let me just rep out 20 push-ups to show what good shape I'm in. It's not scheduled, but they had a scheduled workout, and RFK rolled in jeans and a belt to do a push-up and pull-up challenge. And I think it's diabolical. I don't know what the thought process is. Maybe the least comfortable outfit to work jeans, like starchy, uncomfortable Wrangler or Levi's, whatever it is, jeans and a belt. Like I don't even like wearing belts for normal life. It's weird. So why is he doing it? I'm just throwing this out. I know it's not important. Okay, we'll talk about important stuff now, but it's just a fun thought. Here's the important stuff. Trump on the Ukraine war. First of all, the two big takeaways. What comes next and what's the status if there is an agreement of U.S. troops to guarantee security? This is cut one. Here's what Trump said.
I wouldn't say they are ever going to be best friends, but they're doing okay. We're just going to see. So we're setting up a meeting. I sort of set it up with Putin and Zelensky, and they're the ones that have to call the shots. We're 7,000 miles away. In all fairness, we've spent through the previous administration $350 billion. Europe has spent a lot, also $100 billion, but it should be reversed. We should have been in for anything, but it wouldn't have happened. So that would have been much better because so many people died. This is the biggest bad situation since World War II. There's been nothing even close.
Like, he's getting them to sit down, and this process is unfolding in a way where you're seeing who is rooting for peace and who cares more about a temporary setback for Trump's legacy than stopping mass death and carnage in Europe.
Yeah, well, I don't think you can criticize Trump for anything he is doing trying to stop the fighting in Ukraine. Now, as we talked about yesterday, I think you're in a tough spot where Russia is demanding territory and Ukraine is demanding that they never have to be in this situation again. And I don't see any way that Ukraine agrees to any of this without substantial security guarantees because they've already been screwed on security guarantees before. And so I think it's going to put us into a tough spot. Now, I think Trump, and this is what I was going to mention, I didn't mention it yesterday. For all the criticism out there about Trump, I think he desperately wants to win the Nobel Peace Prize. I think he does. And my only concern about that, which is very incredibly defensible goal, that's fabulous, is could his pursuit of the Nobel Peace Prize, which is the exact opposite of all of his critics, who say, oh, he's going to start World War III, he's Adolf Hitler, could his pursuit of the Nobel Peace Prize make him accept a ceasefire peace agreement that is actually not in the best interest of the larger world? That's my only concern at this point about, I think Trump wants peace so badly that he may be willing to give the benefit of the doubt to Vladimir Putin about his future aggression after Trump is gone. Because I do think once this war is stopped, I don't think Vladimir Putin is going to do anything while Trump is still in office. But I think Putin can play the long game because he may be in power for another 20 years. And Trump is going to be gone in 3.5.
Another very important follow-up play was on the issue of U.S. troops as a guarantee of security. That being either a U.S. base there, which would be the most extreme, I think, version,